to I Married a Bigfoot. Today we're talking about all kinds of stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, no, I got a couple of videos together so we can definitely get something for this podcast going. And it is Sunday. It is 9:11 a.m. in the morning. We actually don't have any kids, so we're actually kid-free, and we don't have to worry about doing anything else. So, and also, too, today is a special day for those who know, those who don't know. It is our
1 year
anniversary
for being married.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? We've been together for a long time, but it is our 1 year anniversary. So, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
I love you.
I love you.
All right. And so,
on the day that I married a Bigfoot.
On the day I married a Bigfoot,
Yeah.
1 year, we got our podcast. I believe this is episode 4.
Yeah.
You know, anything interesting this week?
What? Yesterday was 4th of July.
Yeah, that is
son's
correct.
birthday.
Yeah.
All kinds of craziness going on. It was a hectic week getting everything set up, but other than that.
Yeah, no, I think everything went pretty much according to plan. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, too, is like throwing birthday parties, the simpler the better. I always feel that's just the way it needs to be. Because sometimes I always see the worry in your face.
I let things get out of hand real quick when it comes to party planning because I want to do extravagant stuff and just create stuff and do all kinds of different decorations and fancy food. Not necessarily fancy, but like super creative food and fun stuff, and I will overload my own plate real easily.
Real.
And you kind of reel me back into reality.
Yeah, no, I got to, because I can see it getting out of hand. I'm like, look. Simpler the better. You know what I'm saying? Hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't eat much. And she's like, okay.
Fine.
Exactly. But that's the balance that we have in it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have great ideas. The stuff you want to do is absolutely crazy, beautiful. But the thing is I'm like, whoa. He's only turning 15. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you keep me sane then.
Just a little bit. Week for me was pretty good. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Work, and that's about it. Trying to think. I had some crazy instances, but for those who follow Angry Dad Podcast, you will easily...
You can hear all about those stories.
Hear about all that crazy ass shit that happens. But, it is what it is. And, and it being... our anniversary and stuff like that. I was trying to think of something to do, something we should talk about this podcast. And one of the first things that came to me was actually the Fresno Nightcrawler. Have you heard anything about the Fresno Nightcrawler, except for what I've said?
I think on some of the paranormal shows, I believe I've seen a couple of clips. I don't really know anything about like the backstory or like the lore behind it. I think I've just seen a couple of clips of like night cam videos. And nothing was very clear, so I don't know what you're gonna show me today.
Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna show you is because there's only one clip of the Fresno Nightcrawler and they're both, and the thing is there's two of them. Mm-hmm. There's one in Fresno, one in Yosemite. They're trying to say they're connected. I don't believe they're connected, but it is what it is. And for those, like I said, I'll put the link this time, I promise, in the notes so you can find the videos that we do. I strung them together. I'm going to put them right here for those who are watching so you guys can see them. I don't know how well it's coming out on video, but it is what it is. And, one's Yosemite, one's Fairfield, where we live. No, Fresno.
Still early.
Still early. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's 3 videos. I got 3 clips. I strung them together, but for those who want to actually go out and watch the video, I'll put them in the notes so you guys can check them out. I promise last time I completely fucking forgot. But, it is what it is when you're trying to do all this crazy stuff.
We're still learning.
Yeah. But, just to give background on Fresno Nightcrawler, I remember watching this on Fact or Fiction. People trying to prove it. It was a Mexican dude who dogs were barking and he was like worried about what the fuck, so he checked his security camera and then he saw these weird walking things, and when I seen it, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then as the show was progressing, they were trying to disprove it, they were trying to make it, they were like, we can do this, and then every attempt they did, they could not recreate. And these are like people that engineers, you know what I'm saying, they got engineers, they got people that really they put hard work into what they did. They thought it was or what they thought they could, create or mimic or get close.
Yeah.
But they all failed. But I don't have any of that part of the video. All I have is the actual video. So when you see this, because, like I said, you've seen clips, you kind of remember, but these are most likely going to be the clips that you've seen. But I have three different videos. Like I said, each one of them, two of them show the actual Fresno Nightcrawler. One of them shows the
Yosemite one.
The Yosemite one. Okay. So,
See, and I kind of, like, because I've seen a little clip, like, I have, like, a predetermined judgment of it from what I remember.
Yeah.
Now, I may see these clips and be like, oh, this is not what I remember. But I'm curious to find out how the engineers tried to recreate it after I watch them.
Yeah.
Because I want to see if that's something that I had thought of, and them trying to recreate it totally disproves my theory of what it is. So that's what I want to know after we watch the video.
No, I would definitely see that.
Or just tell us.
Yeah. No, like I said, a couple of the videos have some audio, so you know what I'm saying, it'll definitely help out. And like I said, let me get this video fired up here. I got to get a better system on how to do this stuff. So I'm gonna pause it, bring it. There we go, and then audio. Here we go.
Okay, so the little white...
No. Something's wrong here. Let's see, that's not right there. So, alright, I'm trying to figure out my own video here. Okay, I don't know what happened. Wait, let's see.
Technical
difficulties.
Give us just a moment.
There we go. That's the right one.
Over the years, 2 sightings were caught on film. But what are these creatures?
So, it's showing it's the intro to the video. I don't know the fucking guy who did it. I kind of snagged it off of YouTube. But the thing is, I respect it. He made it. It's a decent video, great graphics.
Below and hit the bell icon,
you know what I'm saying?
So don't miss out on any
hit that bell icon. Point Bizarre. True crimes, mysteries, and cold cases. Oh, yeah.
The original sighting that was caught on film.
So this is the original one here.
2008 in Fresno, California. A man named Jose was awoken late one night by his dogs barking at something. He quickly checked his security camera and he saw 2 odd creatures walking across the lawn.
Oh yeah, it's so green. But I want to say this is like
eventually approached TV station.
I can't remember how many years ago, but security cameras weren't that great. You didn't get the greatest visual. But the thing is, though, if you see it, you can see shadows, you can see outlines, and regardless of the graininess, you would be able to see any kind of fakeness to it. And that's the weird thing.
Okay.
So this one's the Yosemite one. Here, we'll pause it.
Let's pause it for a second. Let's go.
The cryptid made a couple of...
Let's just talk about that first video. So that is the clip I remember, and maybe the Yosemite one won't be the same. Yeah. But that first video was what I remember.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that's just like a person in, and this is hard to explain, but like, have you ever seen like those videos like on Instagram or TikTok where people stick their entire bodies in a pair of pants and then walk all weird? Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah, but
and I know it's like not quite that dimensions, but that's what it looks like to me. Yeah. Like if kids were just like screwing around, like, oh, let's run across our neighbor's lawn. Yeah. Like that's what it looks like. It's hard to tell the actual formation. It looks just like a pair of legs with a head on top. But that's kind of what I think. I'm like, okay, that looks like kids screwing around.
But
because you can't really tell what it is.
Nah, you can't at all tell what it is. But the thing too is, in the video, what's happening is it's so thin, and there's comparisons in there because there's a tree, there's a fence, and so in the fact and fiction video, they actually take measurements, and they're like, oh, so they figured out this thing's about 4 feet tall, and it's this thin, and the way it's moving is such erratic and such like fluid that they're like, could it be something? Because like when you like you said, you have those kids that are in there, they. That stick their hands in your pants and they can only walk a certain way. And see, the thing is they're kind of, even if you were in that position, you would only be able to go side to side a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you'd make this big swooping motion to do that. But the thing is this thing's scissoring. It's walking, and it like I said, regardless of it being how it's being, it would be so clunky for a person to do that. So that's just,
I mean,
yeah. Well, that's what you're saying though.
But that's my perception. Maybe if we watch the other video, we'll be able to see it a little clearer because it looks a little bit more of a higher resolution.
Exactly. Well, this one's a little more higher resolution because this was much newer in Yosemite. So I'm going to go ahead and click it now. There's no audio to it, so you're just basically seeing this is Yosemite Park Nightcrawler. You know what I'm saying? I'll put the links in the video. And
did they do measurements on the Yosemite one at all?
They couldn't because it was too far distance, too far what's called. So what you're seeing is there's going to be a big one and then there's going to be a small one.
Yeah.
So here's the tall one.
Is it slowed down or is that?
No, this is the actual speed. You know what I'm saying? And they correlated it to the same speed. You know what? Let me turn up volume. There we go.
They are tall, armless creatures with a face, looking very similar to the Frenso Nightcrawler. The problem is there is no known connection between the artwork and any myths or history.
You know what? They're like walking so wobbly.
Now the question
is,
what
like
are these creatures? Are they
something
just
on a string?
Something on a string.
What would compel a person
something
to make
on
a video
stilts,
like this?
Like it looks.
These are the questions that are left unanswered.
It would
Thank you for watching.
Something walking stable, like. The other one...
And this is back to the...
the other one has a much wider gait.
Yeah.
The old video.
Yeah.
Super wide gait. It looks like he's moving pretty quickly, but it...
And then there's going to be another... like I said, sometimes these videos ain't the best, but... Yeah. And here we go. Here's the Fresno one again.
Yeah, but farther away.
Yeah. Well, no. The other one was zoomed in.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. This one's not so zoomed in. So as we're going, it's just showing a background to forest. It's night vision. And so you see one, but the thing is, you look at it, one's got a bend in the foot and the leg.
But it like bends forwards and backwards. It really, now that you say something's like on a string, it looks like how you would walk a marionette puppet.
Yeah.
Like how their limbs don't really move correctly because they're just being
And then that's the thing too, is you'd be able to see that in the video. And that's the thing that you don't see in both videos. It's like, because you can see the shadows that they're creating, but you're not seeing any kind of of images. Well, like I said, it's going to go back to the Fresno one again.
Okay.
And here's the Fresno one again, and this is the actual footage. This is not a zoomed in. This is not the distorted more. And see, you can see the tree.
Yeah.
You can see the shadow of the tree.
Yeah.
And there's a fence right here in the background because when they actually show the non part is walking, you would see see how the shadow's moving?
Yeah.
You know? You'd be able to see that, but there's no shadow. You know what I'm saying? Of any kind of marionette, any kind of string.
No, and I'm not the Fresno one I don't think is a marionette. It's in somebody's lawn.
Yeah.
There's no way for them to, at least from what you can see, kind of recreate it so someone could be higher. Because, well, unless it was,
unless
it was tiny, like, you know what I mean? Like, unless it was tiny and someone was standing way off and the camera was zoomed in, which is definitely possible.
Yeah.
You know, they can recreate, even though this was done, even if it was done 10 years ago, there's ways for people to make these videos.
Oh, yeah. No, there's definitely ways for people.
But I think it's probably an actual footage of somebody's security cam, but what was it? I don't know, but I don't know. So what is the background to the Nightcrawler stuff?
Well, there's no background to it because like it just one day appeared. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about there's Native American artwork. It shows a head with long legs.
Oh, okay,
that
carving.
There's this carving in the video. But the thing is as you're looking at it, it doesn't.
You can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't really tell. But
there's
no clear picture to show what it is. But the thing is like I said, even in the Fact and Fake video, when in the whole documentary series, because he did a whole episode on it, it talks about this is this creature. It showed up out of nowhere. Dogs are barking. It's supposed to be non-menacing.
Yeah.
It's just they basically said it's like a walking worm because it's so slender. And when you look at it too, you can tell that even in a security camera footage, you can see the thickness of a person's body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, and you know, the walk of a certain person, the gait of a person, you know what I'm saying? Some people, things look, humanoid when they have that stance. But the thing is, in this video, like I said, in the Fresno one, you look at it, it looks extremely thin. And when they did the recreations, they tried to use fishing line. They tried to use visible line.
Yeah.
They created a robot with servos, and it just couldn't keep
that pace.
Yeah, that pace. But also, too, the string wasn't strong enough to support it to have that standing fluid look like that had. Because, like I said, it's standing, so it's not teetering. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have something online, it's going to sway.
Yeah.
Especially if something's moving, it's going to sway. But the thing is it doesn't sway. The legs are moving, but it's not swaying.
But the body's
the body, it's in control. And so, they try to make a robot. Not really a robot. It's like I said, a servo with legs. And then they use like white cloth to mimic the whole body. And then they try to use a puppet and pull it along.
Yeah.
And, everything they did, they couldn't create it. And the guy was like, look, and the thing is, too, the person who put the video out there was like, I don't know what it is. And his guy didn't, he doesn't know what it is. He's like, I'm not looking for fame, but what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just, that's what puts a little more credence to it to me, because I'm just like, I believe this, he's an everyday working man who does, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, I ain't got nothing but this shit freaks me the fuck out. What if it comes back? Well, who am I supposed to talk to? Who am I supposed to reach to? But,
it's definitely weird.
Yeah.
It's weird and it's unnerving because you can't really see what it is.
Yeah.
You can't really make out much of the body shape. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that kind of, it's like when you see a shadow in your room at night and it's a pile of clothes, but it looks like a person sitting on your chair.
Yeah.
It's freaky because you can't quite make out what it is.
Yeah.
And so the unknown aspect of it makes it more like weird.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I guess the side of me that's like, there's a rational explanation of it, wants to kind of explain it away. I don't have a way to.
Well, you don't
like I said, other than my preconceived notion of. It's like, a teenage kid playing in this neighbor's yard. There's a sleepover and they're like, okay, let's freak out our neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my dad's pants, his big old sweatpants. I'm going to pull them up to my neck and I'm going to just walk as like weird and stiff as I can to freak out the neighbor.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of logical thing that I could come up with. The one that's in Yosemite, it's definitely not a person because the legs are bending backwards and forward at the same time. Oh, I don't want to say it's not a person. It doesn't look like a person to me.
Yeah.
Unless they're wearing some type of weird like stilts or maybe the fabric's moving weird to make it look like legs are bending.
Yeah.
It just, legs were moving both backwards and forward in places that
wouldn't
be.
Yeah, there's no hinges there.
There's no. You don't
knees
have,
only
you
go
don't
a certain
have knees
way
on your shin bone.
Yeah,
which is kind of where it looked.
Yeah,
I almost wish we had one of those. On the Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventurers where they have the camera that can pinpoint where.
With the dots.
Where all your hinges are.
Yeah.
If we could do that to the video and see, okay, this is where, and figure out what the actual shape is.
Yeah.
That's
a good idea. You know what? Someone needs to create a night camera that actually does that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they have it where it's handheld, but someone should actually especially
for security
security cameras or for the trail cams. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Where they put them out and they try to catch Bigfoot or aliens or fucking, like I say, trying to get that Fresno Nightcrawler. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just so it puts the markers on there and be like,
so you can kind of see
check
what,
it.
You can see is it a bear? Is it a coyote? Is it
what's the shape
a weird
of this
deer that's walking on its hind legs?
That's it.
What's happening?
Yeah, because like I said, the Fresno one is a lot more believable to me. Uh-huh. The Yosemite one, it's because I know it's a higher resolution and it's a newer camera. But the thing is the glow that comes off of them. The only thing, like I said, I've been rewatching these videos over and over, and I really like the Fresno video, but the Yosemite video I don't really like. But the thing is,
you don't believe it?
Well, no. At first, like I said, I'm a firm believer in all this stuff because I believe these things are out there. But at first, I was a firm believer. or wasn't a firm believer on the Yosemite one. The Yosemite one kind of had me a little sketchy. I'm like, I don't know. I don't really like this video. But then as I started watching it more, I started seeing the pixelations. Yeah. And the thing is the pixelations were consistent with the video. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like before, I'm like, oh, it looks a little CGI because it looks a little too smooth. But then I started zooming in. I started checking. I'm like, oh shit, no, it's not, because it's the creature itself is within sync of the camera. Because like when you're watching these videos and you see the pixelation, you see this, you can see the edges where CGI is done. You know what I'm saying? But on this one right here, as I was watching the 71, if you go back and you watch these videos and you watch them really closely, as it moves, the pixelation moves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's trying to focus in on those night crawlers. You know what I'm saying? It's really trying to focus in on those night crawlers, because that's what videos do. Videos automatically focus. Videos automatically pick up on that motion because that's what they're designed for. And then try to, auto adjust. Yeah, auto adjust. And so you can see it actually auto adjusting. So as it's going, you be like, it moves, but its leg is like, oh, the video audio adjusts, and you can see the pixelation going with it. I'm like, all right, okay. So it started making me be a little bit more of a believer in the Yosemite one, because like I said, the Fresno one, I remember seeing it. I remember when it came on the news, because it we live in the Bay Area. Fresno is quite a ways away from us, you know what I'm saying, but it's still in California. And I seen it pop up on our news. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so I tried to research as much as I could, and I seen all this stuff. And then when Fact or Fake came on, because that was a show that tried to prove or disprove whatever, cryptids, ghosts, paranormal, whatever the fuck it was. And when they did that one, it made me more believe in it, because it's like, we can't recreate this. And when you can't recreate something, especially if you, like I said, these are TV people. I don't know their backgrounds, but the thing is these are people that are genuinely interested in doing this and recreating it, and they have the backing of a film crew, the backing of all this stuff, to actually be able to recreate something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They have the means and the finances to do it.
And it would seem like some type of benefit to the show to be able to actually
prove or disprove
it. So one way or the other, they would, it seems like it would be in their interest of the show to actually come up with a solution.
And it is. And that's the thing too, is like, that's what made me more of a firm believer after the fact. Because like I said, I remember seeing it, and then maybe about a year later, it popped up on that show, and I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, this is a real, legit general interest. They're trying to pick this up, And so, but like I said, that Yosemite one, it took me a minute.
They were glowing so much. Everything else is so dark.
Well, that's the thing though too, is whether they're paranormal or it's an actual cryptid or a paranormal cryptid. You know what I'm saying? The thing is you got to remember, a lot of creatures bioluminesce. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would assume. And they just try to describe them as a worm, or if it's paranormal, ghost. Typically, you would say, put off a shine, they put off a glow, they put off some kind of energy that they emit when they appear. And so, sometimes you have those effects. But also, too, now check this out. It doesn't say anything, but what if it's something parallel? I always believe in strength theory. I believe in these parallel universes that live side to side. But the thing is I believe it to a point. There's no theoretical. There's no way to prove it. Sometimes people say ghosts are like that, but the thing is
oh yeah, like in a different dimension.
Yeah, exactly. But what if this just happened to cross over as it was walking by, and it's completely somewhere else, and that's why it glowed?
Yeah, that's like on the extreme of the things that I
no, trust me, that's on the deep end of the pool. That's on the deep end of the pool. You know what I'm saying? That's me throwing it out there.
I can't say that that's not a possibility. I think that there's probably, I don't want to say, I don't know. I entertain the idea of there being different dimensions and sometimes different places. Yeah. The veil is thinner than others. Yeah. And
certain spots.
Certain stuff can be seen by people who are or cameras, all that just happened to be there at that time.
The right moment, right place.
So I'm not going to totally disregard that theory. Anything is possible. I don't have a way to say like, no, it's 100% this. There's no way it's anything else. This is nonsense. This is a nonsense video. It's such a weird structure. Yeah. Like it just doesn't make sense in my head.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. You can't correlate it to anything in this world.
I'm like searching my brain.
Yeah,
like,
it's not humanoid. It's not ghost. It's not any kind of animal
it could be anything.
It could be anything. But the thing is it's nothing that we can put an image to it.
Yeah.
So it 100% looks like its own thing. Mm-hmm. At least to me. You know what I'm saying? I know you saying, kid in short and sweats hot all the way pulled over. The thing is,
but that's what the Fresno one.
The Fresno one.
The Yosemite one.
Yeah,
it looks different. I mean, I guess it could be the same creature, but their gaits are different. The way that they're walking is different. The Fresno one, it looked very stiff. It had a wide, old cowboy gait where it's like all like that. But the Yosemite one, it was very fluid. The legs seemed to be walking much closer together, and like I said, they had those weird bends in them that didn't seem to be natural in the Fresno one. So even though they may be the same creature, it's hard to say. And even in the Fresno one, there was a big one and a little one. So going back to your theory of a different dimension or a parallel universe or something like that, if it is a ghost, maybe it's a parent and a child that were hiking in Yosemite and something happened to them,
Exactly.
You never know.
No, you never know. It is weird. It's crazy as shit, And like I said, with all these ghosts and all this stuff going on, like I said, it's just sometimes you're just like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
What is that?
And what is that?
What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? And if there's something you want us to cover, something you want us to see.
Yeah, if you have a video.
Yeah, send it our way.
We'll
we'll chop it up and make it a mess like we always do.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guess what? I'm the Angry Dad.
I'm the Not So Angry Mom.
And thank you guys for watching. Or listening to, because we're doing a video and audio. So if you want to watch this shit, you know what I'm saying? So this is I married a Bigfoot. I'm the Bigfoot.
And I married him.
And it'd be like that. We'll see you guys on the next one.